Hello everyone. I hope you're well. I have another 3 minutes to answer another of your questions, and this is Raul from Spain, and he's asking about imaginary body. So in his question, he explained that he's read Chekhov's books and he's tried to understand how to use imaginary body, but he doesn't really get it. Like, he gets it conceptually, but he doesn't know how to apply it. I'm going to try to help you here, Raul. So imaginary body is also a very powerful and simple way of connection with the character. So let's remember very quickly the connection between your number one and your number two, your physical body and your inner life. That psychophysical connection, that's so important for our work, because we don't start with feelings first. Feelings come. We are changing the shape and form of your number one, your physical body, so your number two starts to move. But also you're actually, by doing that, opening up the door to invite feelings, emotions and drop-ins and information about your character to drop in, to you're actually tapping into them. You can't tap into them thinking, so this is a good way of tapping into them and experience them. So imaginary body, the imaginary body of the character. So we need to dream the character. After we have already established a relationship with the character, we can ask questions to the character and try to imagine, what do they look like? Dreaming the character and seeing the character. And then again, follow your hunches, your intuition. And maybe you come to the conclusion that your character's arms are slightly longer than yours. So just imagine, connect with your arms, bring your attention to your very arms, and now imagine that they grow, and be very specific. How long are they going to grow? They're going to reach your knees or the floor. And let that happen. The moment you set that intention, it's already happening in an imaginative level. So trust it, and now sense what happens in my number two. Because if the physical shape and form of my physical body changes my number two, I promise you, I assure you, the imaginative body also has a tremendous impact in your inner life, in your number two. Just try it right now. Go into a neutral position, and now just notice your arms, your real arms, and now make them longer or shorter. Very different. You will feel a little bit weird. Or your legs, make them longer or shorter. Or your head, make it bigger or smaller. Yeah? That's the imaginative body. So imagine the physical appearance of the character, that it's connected with the psychological gesture, the essence, and all of the aspects you've been discovering about this character, the type, and all of that. And once you imagine that body, you just have to wear it. And you know, when you're wearing your costume, if you really pay attention to what it's doing to you, it's actually giving you the whole frequency of the character, because it's form and shape as well. That's what clothes do, right? So it's changing your number two. So it's the same. You can do it imaginatively. Wear those arms, and then you can go into more specific things. If you are playing a character based on someone real, look at a portrait or an image of this person. Look at the specific details, for example, in the face, and wear that face. The imaginative body lies between you and the character. It's like a portal. So when you step into it, you have access to the character. And also it's very easy to step out of it, and then you can come back to be you. Now, to really imagine this, to really be able to see this imaginary body, you need to feed your imagination. And I always recommend read good literature. And Anton Chekhov, Hermann Hesse, Stefan Zweig, some of my favorites, but you can have yours. But if they're good writers, you will notice how, when they describe someone or someone's smile or someone's eyes, they go into a lot of detail but it's artistic, creative, imaginative, specific details. I remember one of the Anton Chekhov short stories, he talked about a character in which his eyes were like champagne bubbles. And I thought, wow, if I just wear champagne bubbles eyes, so powerful, it's changing me. I'm tapping into the frequency of that character. And if I stay open in that frequency, I'm gonna receive information from the character and I will know what to do. My higher creative self is in touch directly with the character. And my own character, the one I play every day, my ego, my intellect, and the fearful little thing that lives inside of me, it's out. There's no room for it because I'm here connected with the character and having a wonderful time. So play around with it. It's like a child playing with all of these aspects, and let it talk to you. Let it tell you. Okay, I hope this helps. I have to go back to rehearsals. Thank you so much for watching these videos. We're loving your questions. Please keep sending your questions, leave your comments, subscribe so you can see the new videos that we upload, and stay tuned because if you visit our website, you can see all the workshops we're doing. We have a workshop on character work in London, late February, 25th, 26th, and the same workshop, it's touring to the Netherlands in Utrecht on the 8th and 9th of March. And then that workshop is coming later on. It's going to Spain in spring, but you can find all the information in the website. Take care, be playful, enjoy.